Hi guys, AzureAce here and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super episode discussion where today we're going to be discussing episode 79 of Dragon Ball Super, the big first fight of the Universe Survival Arc. Although it is not the first fight of the tournament just yet, it's just an exhibition match where today we're going to be talking about the Buu versus Basil fight in the first fight of these warm-up matches. And this was a very good episode. Like, this fight alone is like the top 5 fights of Super so far for me. The animation and everything about it was perfect. I absolutely loved it. To see Buu back in action was absolutely amazing. But without further ado, let's just get right into the episode.
Kicker Basil VS Majin Buu.
So the episode starts off where episode 78 left off, with Basil absolutely pummeling Buu and Buu getting ready for his comeback. Basil's just, gloating to himself and laughing to himself maniacally. Ro is being, well, a mad ass as usual. One of the most pompous Kaioshins we've ever seen. He's cocky as hell. He's kind of like Zamasu. He kind of reminds me of Zamasu. We said that in our collab with me and Kaioshin Kurt as well as Saiyan Man. Ro seems to be doing all the, the trash talking to Universe 7 instead of Sidra, which you might have kind of expected since he is the god of destruction of the universe. Basil is the youngest of the trio of Danger's brothers, being himself, Bergamo and Lavender. There's a bit of a misunderstanding that was caused by Toei's descriptions on their site. They originally said that Bergamo was the one to use poison and is the middle brother of the trio. However, that's not really the case anymore. Bergamo is actually known as Crusher Bergamo and is the oldest of the three. Lavenda is the one who is known as Poison Lavenda and is the middle brother. That much is now confirmed, so I just wanted to kind of clear that up for you guys, because it is confirmed he is a poison user as per the previews for episode 80 coming up very soon. Basil continues to pummel Buu without any sort of consequence, and Ro continues to brag about how good Universe 9 is, and Buu just starts maniacally laughing, this really evil laughter. The two Zenos are shown to be greatly enjoying the match here, which is good for both universes. Buu runs over to Basil and he gets him round the shoulders like, I'm having a good fight here, you're pretty entertaining. And then Basil just kicks him away and Buu gets ready to turn to the fight on his end as him on the offensive. Buu runs at him and he tries to punch him, but he gets countered easily and Basil just starts laying into him. Buu fires ki blasts at him, but he starts deflecting them with his feet and knees. Something very interesting is said here. This is something we should really keep an eye on for the next couple of fights with Gohan and Goku coming up. Mr. Satan asks if Buu will be okay, and Goku's like, yeah, normally he would be okay, but there's something really different here. He can't sense their ki, which is very peculiar. So does this mean that the trio of Dangers have some different type of ki? I kind of doubt they would have God ki, because if they did, Goku would be able to sense them given how much mastery and exposure Goku's already had to God ki. And we know Basil does use ki because he fires ki blasts later on in the episode. So Goku shows a good bit of that Saiyan spirit right here, and he just laughs it off saying he's excited because these guys are like nothing he's ever faced before. Goku then shouts over to Basil telling him to show Buu his true power, and Bergamo agrees and says that he should do it. Then Basil starts powering up with this amazing looking aura. It looks a little kinda like Super Saiyan God, which is quite cool looking. The aura then sort of focuses in around his foot, and he starts having this blazing red aura around it as he starts running at Buu, and he is very fast right here. I'm guessing this power up sort of increases his speed and his kicking power. He's very fast and swift with these strikes, and he starts destroying Buu. He pummels him to the ground and then starts firing off this ki blast called the Shining Blaster from his 2 feet, and they all explode next to Buu, and one of them ends up sending Mr. Satan flying into the stand, hurting him. Basil then starts running his mouth off and laughing evilly again, but out of nowhere Buu starts laughing again as he emerges with this huge hole in his stomach, saying he's a little entertained as we go to a commercial break. We come back from the break with Goku asking Satan if he's okay, and Buu notices that he's badly hurt, and oh man, was that the biggest mistake Basil could have made. Buu starts to get really angry. He's like, how dare you hurt Mr. Satan, as he heals the hole in his stomach, and we see him start spewing out the steam we all know him to do when he's angry. Basil starts firing a bunch of ki blasts again at him, but Buu smashes it upwards towards University 11's stand, and we get a major confirmation here. Before this episode, we thought that the guy in the mysterious cloak was the steroid Jackal, as I call him now, before he gets his official name, the steroid Jackal that we see fighting Goku in the opening. But actually, it's not. It's actually the newest character we have had confirmed along with Hellez a few days ago. And the cloaked man is none other than Toppo. The yellow guy, with the massive huge beard. He is the one who is said to be a candidate for the God of Destruction of University 11's role. He just catches the blast, and he literally just, claps his hands together, making the blast just disintegrate into sparkles. It leaves Champa amazed, but it's time for Buu's counterattack. No need to focus on that right now. Buu lunges at Basil, punching him away, and he starts slapping him and smashes him into the ground, and he starts doing that cliche trope of taking him by the leg and smashing him from side to side, then throws him towards a pillar, smashing him off it and out of bounds, meaning that University 11 wins the first round of the exhibition match. No, who am I kidding? They are not the winners just yet, because Daishinkan says that in the exhibition matches, the match is not over until Zeno is satisfied or one of the fighters is unable to move any longer. Basil gets back up onto the stage and asks for the quote-unquote that thing, whereupon Rolf throws this weird purple looking thing at Basil, which he eats, and we see him power up with this huge red aura, and he starts to bulk up. He transforms into this really bulky wolf creature. Both the Zenos are absolutely loving this. Beerus claims that they're cheating because they're basically using drugs to beef Basil up, but Daishinkan says that these matches are basically anything goes, which also means killing is allowed, which is a very interesting detail. Could very well come into play here. We could also see that in the proper tournament, because Daishinkan does say that the proper tournament rules are yet to be established, and they will be established come the proper tournament. We then get this absolutely amazing fight sequence. Basil lunges at Buu and they start trading blows with each other. It's a very, very Dragon Ball Z-like scene, and we see this tons of dodging and attacking and going blow for blow. This is a lot of what Super's been lacking as of lately. There's been some kind of points in the series that they've had this amazing, back and forth, trading blows, dodging, attacking, all constantly, like really fast-paced action. They've kind of lacked this. There was a lot of this in Dragon Ball Z. I'm sure we all wanted to see this sort of fighting, and we have got it right here in abundance. Buu's just taking this like a champ, and Basil's just continuously pummeling him over and over. And even Sidra, the God of Destruction, the person you would expect to have the least compassion towards fighters on, their well-being, is starting to think that this may be a little too much, while Ro is absolutely loving every second of Buu's beatdown. He then jumps up into the air and fires another attack called the Wolfgang Pressure at Buu, creating this huge explosion, making it look like Basil has won. He starts laughing maniacally, with Ro saying that they've won, but out of nowhere the floor bursts open as Buu jumps up, as funnily enough the reviving Majin Buu from the Bukai soundtrack starts playing. I found that kind of funny, and then Buu says this badass line. He says, "You're strong, but I'm even stronger," as he puts his hands out in a Kamehameha stance by the looks of it. He starts charging up Basil's own attack against him. Like, it's crazy how fast Buu can learn these techniques. He starts charging up Basil's attack and fires it off at him, and as it turns out, it's just way too much for Basil to handle, and he's at his limit, making him faint, meaning that the first match of the Zen-Exhibition match goes to Majin Buu and Universe 7. Daishinkan asked the Zenos if they liked what they saw, and they absolutely loved it. They said it was wonderful. Buu heads over to Satan and heals him with the same thing he used, to heal the kid's blindness in Z. And we get this sweet little bonding moment with Buu and Satan. I love their relationship. I think it's great. Daishinkan repairs the arena and tells the next fighters to enter the ring, as we get our second competitors entering the ring, the Poisonous Lavenda against Gohan. Bit of a fun fact here, but Lavenda is actually being voiced by none other than the legend that is Takeshi Kusao. Well, you may not kinda recognise that name, but Takeshi Kusao is actually the Japanese voice behind Future Trunks, which is very interesting to see him back after the Future Trunks arc, voicing Lavenda here. Lavenda seems a little bit crazy when Bergamo tells him to kill his opponent. Gohan takes off his glasses and he says he wants Goku to see how strong he's become as they both get in the arena as the episode ends there. But now with the episode out of the way, it's time to get into the overall thoughts of this episode. This episode was fantastic, man. They are doing a great job. I think they're starting to finally get the hang of the animation of Super and how the style has changed compared to Z. The animation was great. At times, you know, it might have been a little bit meh, but that was just the art style, not the animation, just the art style in some of the more close-up scenes of the characters. But I think it was still amazing. A lot of Naoki Tate in this episode, and how I love Naoki Tate. Has a really bad stigma because of the episode 5 stuff, but that's way past us now. That's 74 episodes ago. This was an amazing episode. Animation was great. The fighting, oh my god, the fighting. It was amazing to see Buu in action again after such a long time. Like, he did fight a little bit in the Battle of Gods arc, but I wouldn't really call that a fight because Beerus completely pummeled him. And just, you know, seeing him again, learning that Basil technique. I wonder if he's going to use the Basil technique again at some point. That would have been very interesting if we got to see him use it again against Basil. But it was great to see Buu in action. Very good. Also, you know, Basil, he was a very interesting character. He was very cocky, he was very, you know, egotistical. He was quite calm at points, and he looked like a very strong guy. His fighting techniques using his feet a lot was very interesting. I really liked that because it was really unique. We'd never really seen anything like that before, so it's great to see something a little bit new in the series along with Basil, so it's great to see him. And the final thing I want to talk about is Toppo. You know, it was very interesting that in the promotional material, it very much looked like the guy in the mysterious robe was definitely Steroid Jacko. He was a lot leaner, he had different gloves, you could definitely see that his face was a lot whiter than what it is now. It's a bit more covered now as you saw in the episode, but it definitely looked like Toppo when you saw him a bit closer up under the hood. So it's going to be very interesting. I wonder if he's going to be the true opponent of Goku and Steroid Jacko's just going to be a little bit of a warm-up for Goku before Toppo's match. Or maybe it's the other way around, who knows. It would be very interesting to see how Toppo fights in this tournament because he seems like a very foreboding presence in this tournament. But that's all I want to say for this video. Episode was fantastic. I can't wait for the next one. Previews will be out for episode 80 tomorrow as always. If you guys liked this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Share this amongst your friends. I've been AzureAce and thank you for coming to the video.
You have arrived. I'm here to tell you that if you don't subscribe to AzureAce for Dragon Ball, Kingdom Hearts, and Pokemon TCG content, you will wander forever in the darkness of your heart.